Good morning, rock stars. It is early. It's early for me. We have an early day today. We got a lot to do. Big day in the big city. There's something sort of magical about waking up early. Being up before everyone else while the world is still still. You're just alone with your thoughts. You can reflect. I'm going to guess, and this is for the same reasons that the witching hour, which is what, like 3 to 4:30 in the morning maybe, is also a great hour to be up with yourself. I believe that you can communicate more freely with the spirits at that hour. That the pathways to communication are more open at that hour. And I think maybe it's because the rest of the world is asleep, for the most part, at least where you are at that time. Less people are using their phones, technology, electronic equipment. It's all off. There's less interference. There's less digital interference, and therefore the spirits can get in there better, can get to you easier. That being said, let's do our morning, I don't want to say prayer, our morning chat at the moment with the spirits. Though it is technically a prayer, I guess. Yeah, why not? Prayers just have religious connotations. I would like to imagine that we are outside religion. That we can nod to it, but we don't need to rely on it. But here we go. Spirit guides, great creator. Thank you for blessing us with another day in this fantastic existence. Please watch out and protect myself, my family. Please watch out and protect those who watch this video and their loved ones. Thank you for your continual protection. Thank you for your continual strength, gifts of strength and inspiration to keep us all going and to keep us all knowing. Please guide me on this morning's recording. Please guide us all in our day. Keep us from hate. Fill us with love. Allow us to transmit love to others and spread it. Yeah, thanks. All right, there we go. We did it. If I forgot anything, we want to hit you back again next time we do this. There's been a lot of knowledge from the past that's been lost. A lot of spiritual knowledge, a lot of scientific knowledge. Yeah. This bag's gonna keep rustling lest I free it from its binds. Becoming a perfectionist. Shouldn't get lost in that kind of behavior. There's been a lot of knowledge lost over time. We've lost the spiritual knowledge of the ancients. We've lost technology of the ancients. It's as if we've been reset. Like some great cataclysmic occurrence has reset us as a species in our development. Some iced coffee we got from the Asian market, H Mart. We got Mr. Brown's iced coffee. Damn good. Like shopping at H Mart. If you have a local Asian store, Asian grocer, go to that before you go to your regular grocer. Because you'll fill up your cart and it'll cost half the price as it would at, the Giant or the Safeway or whatever your regular grocery store is. Not only that, the food will taste better. You buy a peach from your regular grocery store, it'll have hardly any flavor. You buy a peach from the Asian market, bursting with sweetness. Because of the use of GMOs. It helps grow the food faster and plumper so that they can make more money. It's about more money. Capitalist greed has taken away the flavor of your fruit. That is not a metaphor. That is quite literal. The longer something sits on the vine, the more it absorbs the flavor, the more it builds its flavor by absorbing and sucking in, the elements around it. If you use GMOs to hasten the growth of something, it's not going to sit on the vine longer. It's not going to absorb the nutrients, and it's not going to have that flavor. It's going to taste like nothing, and it'll probably do nothing for you. I don't know about that part, the science behind how healthy it is for you to eat something that's sat on the vine longer, but if it tastes better, I'd imagine it is probably better for you. Besides, you don't want to buy a piece of fruit that tastes like nothing. What's the point? It's like kissing your sister. Does nothing for you. I went to Larryland Farms and Maryland, and you could pick your own fruit there. And we picked apples, ginger golds. We picked blackberries and raspberries. Oh my God, they were freaking delicious. And we picked peaches. Spent a good amount of money, but it was worth it. You'd buy a box, and you go out to the field and you fill it. You fill it to the top where you're just walking out of the field, just holding all your pile of peaches in there. You got to buy them firm because they're going to ripen as you get home. But while you're out in the field, you just gorge yourself to the point where your stomach hurts. Humans are capable of so much more than what it is we are currently doing. It's almost as if we've been restraining ourselves. I've been restraining myself for years. Society is very competitive. There's a lot to do, and it's hard to keep up just to survive, let alone get ahead. So I started taking Adderall, and I'm finding it's giving me the edge I need when I need it. It's really, really, really helpful. But I know in the back of my mind that it's not good for me, and I ultimately need to stop. It's a crutch. And I don't want to live with a crutch when I know I'm capable of walking on my own. If you take something, we'll do Adderall for example. If you take a substance, pharmaceutical, hell, a microchip for that matter, that's going to aid you and boost your ability to succeed and to compete. You are essentially telling your body that this is what I use in order to produce these kind of effects, both mentally and emotionally. And your body's going to say, all right, you use this to produce these effects mentally and emotionally, then I don't need to produce these for you. I can shut down the need to produce these things for you so I can focus on other things. I take Adderall to concentrate. So my brain is probably saying, all right, well then I don't need to perform the functions that I normally perform in order to help you concentrate because you have Adderall. So your brain, your body doesn't exercise the ability to produce these things on their own, endorphins, serotonin, whatever it is. Your body doesn't exercise the ability to do that, and just like any muscle, without being exercised, it becomes very weak. You cannot rely on other things outside your body to produce effects to get you ahead in life, at least not on a regular basis. I think this is both scientific and spiritual. I believe that science and spirituality are greatly tied together, and what science can explain, spirituality and religion tend to. And as science has grown, you've seen more people drift away from spirituality and religion. Makes sense. There's still so much we don't know. So you gotta get off the crutches. You gotta get off the drugs. You gotta get off the drugs the government's giving you. You gotta get off the drugs you're giving yourself. Let your body do the work. It's capable of doing the work. You don't need to continuously give it a crutch to produce things. We all have different genetic makeups. I understand. Some people have a lower amount of a certain chemical. So psychologists will say you need this in order to be a normal person. What is a normal person? You have certain gifts and abilities that are different from other people. We all are unique. We all have different amounts of chemical makeup for a reason. We have to be a diverse society. We all have different strengths. And if you want to succeed and survive in this world, you need to discover what your personal strengths are and lean on them and trust them. You cannot take pharmaceuticals to give yourself the same strengths as others, because your body will never learn how to develop those strengths on their own. It'll lose whatever ability it has to produce those strengths already. That's why people that are on antidepressants tend to stay on antidepressants. I find it very hard to quit Adderall. I've quit other vices that I thought were helping me that I discovered were no longer helping me. I lean heavily on Adderall still. I have a very demanding job. I live in a very demanding society. I have a newborn, and it catches up with you. I have what you would call Adderall crash every once in a while, where I am not capable of doing anything but just falling asleep. It's a struggle. Life is a struggle. You're constantly, your body and your brain and your spirit and everything is constantly developing throughout life. You're developing at different parts of you are developing at different paces than other people. You might not be as smart as the other person next to you, but you might be more emotionally complete. The other person might have emotional issues. They should not take, antidepressants to fix their emotional issues. You should not take Adderall to fix your mental issues. You need to work harder at being smarter on your own. They need to work harder at controlling their emotions on their own. We'll all reach the same goal together. We just reach different times and different parts. We achieve different goals at different times. So if you're on a crutch, and I'd say most of us are, we have something that we lean on, that we feel that we need. Try to go a week without it. Maybe pick for me, who leaves on Adderall as a crutch, maybe I pick a couple weeks where I don't have a lot of things that are demanding of me, and I try to quit during that period. Quit when you know you can. Don't go cold turkey at a time of your life that is very trying. You're gonna have a hard time. Maybe you need to wean off of it slowly. Just like if you had a broken leg and you were walking on a crutch, you just shouldn't just kick your crutch out because you might re-break your leg. But you don't want to live on a crutch because then you end up in a wheelchair. You want to walk with strength, physically, mentally, and spiritually. We all need to walk with strength, physically, mentally, and spiritually. The world is going through dimensional change. We'll all get there. Some of us are going to get there at different times. You don't want to get left behind. And you're not going to. Know that you have the strength to do this and do it. It's not easy. It's hard. The life is hard. That's why you're on the crutch to begin with. No great feat in this world was ever achieved easily. So stay strong. Yeah, stay strong. You got this. All right, rock stars. Love you. Rock and roll. Peace.